Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Crusader Kings II, A Game of Thrones. Last episode, we enjoyed the spoils of our victory over the Darklands in our war for the Trident. Unfortunately, King Edmyn is starting to get on a bit, and he is 61. So as we have had no male heirs, I called a great council where the lords elected our nephew, Tully, as the next king of the Trident. So today maybe we'll be in more of a caretaker role, if you will. Most importantly, we have to keep an eye on our succession. There are parts of our realm that may pass into the rock if we're not careful. And also we have to keep an eye on Seagard, which is de jure in our realm, is currently still independent. Something I mentioned last episode was that Amara Charlton, had been accused of attempted murder by someone who attended the council. So I can release her, or I can execute her. I can visit her chambers, so her cell, to try to get a little sexy time. It's probably not a good idea. I can mutilate or humiliate her, throw her in the oubliette, or put her under house arrest. Since the evidence seemed flimsy at best, I think house arrest might be a good compromise. It's possibly the lightest punishment that I could offer. She actually will like me more, but her diplomacy will go down. So let's do that. I have been merciful. And remember that we also have factions that want to see us out of power. We have Orleans deposed King Edmyn faction, which was kind of a dick move on his part. But then we also have Lord Theo for the Trident, which at least I can understand. I did depose him in what might have been a questionable war. Whatevs. And finally, let's not forget about King Jason of the Rock, who may be the most important character right now. He needs to get on with having some children, so that will sort out my dynastic inheritance quite nicely. The Darklands will immediately lose any claim they had to the Rock, and therefore Harrenhal will stay in the Trident. So let's get time moving along here and see if we can get anything sorted. Michael has finished his education. He's become a competent steward. He looks okay. Very good. Lord Lau of Crackhall has refused the revocation for the High Lordship of Crackhall, and therefore the Rock has been thrown into chaos. Two people eloped, got married without anyone's consent, except their own, and it falls to me as their liege to accept the marriage or do something about it. Alright, Betha Staunton is my courtier, and she has married Michael, my grandson. I will accept their marriage. I have no problem with that. I'll lose some prestige, but that's okay. Let's get a look here at what's going on with the Rock. I can only see the provinces that are in my border, but it seems like Jason might be in real trouble. I'm not sure what that's going to mean for Harrenhal. And Lord Geribald has died. He was our hand for a long time. He's dead at the age of 57. And I believe... Oh, he was on the council as our advisor. Yeah, I don't have a hand at the moment. Orleans seems to be the best choice. And that would probably give him a positive opinion of me. And for my advisor, I'm going to pick a loyalist. I've always liked Jason. I think he was my squire at a point too. So I'm just going to ask Orland to oversee the realm. He'll get some nice practice and prestige. And indeed, his opinion of me is up to 28. So that has helped a lot. I do have Jason Lannister listed as a character of special interest. So, if anything happens to him or the Kingdom of the Rock, I should hear about it. Well, it's a moment that we've been waiting for a long time. Even one that I wanted to hasten at one point or another. Our wife, Lady Lysa, the Unchaste, has died. A small private funeral will suffice. So what that also means is that our non-aggression pact with Lord Illifer has been abolished. Now he is capable of commanding 3,000 troops. And I have about 18,000. So I have a de jure claim on Seaguard. I'm going to go ahead and push that. So I'm only going to raise my personal levies for the time being. That's 5,600. I still should be able to walk into Seaguard no problem. I'm just going to march straight into Seaguard. And hopefully that won't be a problem. So they have the 3,000 troops, but then they have another 1,200 in the garrison. There are those in my realm who worship other gods. For example, it is known to you that Shahaza openly follows the Harpy faith. Sometimes you wonder what the mother would think of your association with these people. We are more alike than we are different. I would gain sympathy for the Harpy. Or I could say, their heathen delusions do not interest me. I feel like we've been a fairly pious individual. So I'm going to say, their delusions do not interest me. A big chunk of my vassals have chosen not to participate in my war with Seaguard. Theo Darkland and also Lord Orland are keeping their troops at home. Alright, so we're about to have a battle in Seaguard, and we'll be able to siege the holding there. Meanwhile, they have concentrated most of their troops in Iron Man's Bay over here to the south. And there we are, we have a battle going. We're going to easily win this one. And now we can start to siege Seaguard Castle. Seaguard, however, is sieging our holding of Halter Falls in Blackrush. And now I can raise my vassal levies since I am under siege and my main force is being tied up as well. Let's just get all these guys into River Run. I'm sure some of them will meet trouble along the way. And then way up here in the Freylands, we'll get that army in with the army of River Run. Alright, let's see how it plays out here for a couple minutes. The game is prompting me as well that I can call in Lord Benifer, but I don't think that's necessary. We've been defeated at the Battle of Muddy Hall. That was expected, but we're trying to put the army of Seaguard off a little bit. So, like gnats, we're just going to make sure that they can't siege Blackwood more than they have. Another defeat at Muddy Hall. Another defeat at Muddy Hall. But here you can see that our siege is going okay. Maybe not as well as I would like. We definitely have the numbers. Here we have our vassals are at war. So Lady Winifred of Deddington would like me to ask Lord Ronald to stand down. I think this time I'm willing to let it play out a little bit. Although I can ask him and then he'll make up his own mind. So I like that idea. He will stand down. Thank you. We've won the Battle of Silver Springs and lost another battle of Muddy Hall. We need to appoint commanders for our secondary army. We have plenty of candidates. I don't think we're doing a good job here. I need to make sure all the forces are combined. Merge selected units. Yes, that's what I need to do. Now I can appoint some commanders. Now this army I can march on Red Fork. But these guys are moving into Haraway's town. Alright, now we have a battle going on in Red Fork, so that has slowed their escape. And here comes our bigger army. It should be easy peasy at this point. Looks like we're doing some good work. And we've won the Battle of Waterford. And they're beating a retreat. So everything looks kosher there. We have more troops coming in. And up north, we're doing a good job in the siege of Seagard. So once again, we have units to merge. And then we're going to get these guys back up here to Martlet Bay. And we should have this under control. Melissa is concerned that she's not married. I'm not going to deal with this at the moment. We have war and peace to contend with. But I'll mark her important. And I will find her someone nice. I really think that we have these guys cornered again. It's a mountainous area and movement around this place is challenging. So I'm going to move in and hit their army a second time. But yeah, this all should be pretty good. We've won the Battle of Underhill. Our war score is up to 57. We've almost got the Siege of Seagard handled. So I think that'll be game over. And we've captured Lord Garth. And he's been taken prisoner. Seagard is ours. And I can offer peace. Enforce my demands. Sir Deramond can marry as he pleases. But the good news is, I can dismiss my levies. And the Trident should be back in one piece. We can reappoint Orland to be hand. I'm not mad at him. We had promised Melissa here that we would find her a husband. She is all of 18. She's one of the twins. They grow up so fast. So Lord Forrest here is only 11, but he's the Lord of the Bay of Crabs. So I'm going to get him betrothed to Melissa. Of course they won't do matrilineal, but everybody seems okay with that. I'll send it along. So she'll be happy that she's getting married, and marrying a ruler no less. We also have Osmond, who lacks an education focus at age 12. I'm not sure where to give him one. It's not immediately obvious. So now that we've partially reunified the Trident, I think we can get time going again and see where the rock ends up. Everyone's happy with the betrothal. There seems to be an uprising in Blackwood. Catelyn would like to obligate Lord Orland. I think that makes sense. we've done him an awful big favor by having the council to begin with. So Lord Wayland here of Laliston, who his liege is actually Lord Theo, he would like to free Amara from my captivity. So I'm wondering, maybe this whole thing is more political than what I'm realizing. We can't ransom her off because Lord Harston does not have the 10 gold. Seems like there's been some pushback up here to the north of us where the Mountain Vale is under attack from the north. Queen Lyanne the Just has an 80% war score over King Ronald. Lord John of Leicester has captured my bannerman, Lady Danielle. Is this an issue I should be concerned with? Yeah, so Lord John here is trying to claim Southstone. I'm not sure I like that idea. I can ask him to end the war. He will obey. So we got that sorted a little bit. Perhaps I should just raise my realm authority, and then I wouldn't have to worry about those so much. Their opinion of me will go down. Perhaps I'll leave that for Orland. Is this war still going on? Lord Lucas of Blackwood is still at war against Maidstone in the tyranny of Lord Lucas. In the war against the tyranny of Lord Lucas. So there's still a civil war here, which I'm more inclined to let play out. Although, yeah, Lord Lucas has just won that war. While passing judgment onto criminals from the safety of your throne, a young noble is brought before you. You quickly come to the conclusion that the man is guilty. Condemning him might not be the wisest choice, as he is of noble birth. But if you were to pardon him, he might prove himself useful to you. If I release him now, I will lose 25 prestige, and I will gain a courtier named Hammond, and he will owe me a favor. Or I can say birthright means nothing and have him taken to the dungeons. That's what I'm inclined to do. I don't need any more courtiers, thank you. Well, it looks like Jason Lannister has been imprisoned by Lord Lyle of Crackhall. So I'm not sure what that means for the Rock. Indeed, King Jonah, age 12, has inherited. He is a Darkling. Lord Theo is his dad. So, despite the fact that the Darklings have lost the Trident to me, they've gained the Rock from the Lannisters. It seems as though Harrenhal has stayed within my realm. We can certainly remove Jason from our list of characters. So interesting developments here in the Seven Kingdoms. Who knows what this could mean, but given we're almost 40 years from the start of the game, I feel like there's going to be a lot of differences from the timeline that we know on Game of Thrones. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen. King Edmyn is up to 63. That's a ripe old age for this time. And Orland is looking pretty good. A son was born to Michael and Betha, named Tristan. That's acceptable. More drama around Amara Charlton. This time, Elenai Haraway seeks to kill her. Remember, she is still under house arrest for 2 years now. Winter is coming to an end. The Archmaster Orbert has told us so. I'd forgotten that it was winter. It's not always the best time to conduct war. So Lady Danelle of Southstone is only 13, but she has been declared incapable. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, she's not very good, that's true. And remember, Lord Lucas of Blackwood wanted to take her territory, and I told him to stop. But now I think I might do the same. If I revoke her title, then it will cost me 100 prestige, which Edmyn has plenty of. But it will lower my other vassals' opinions by 15. But it doesn't seem like Edmyn will be around for a whole lot longer. So that might not be a problem for us after the short term. And then I'm hoping I can give that title to another member of the Tully dynasty. So I think this is a good time to check this out. We're going to send that along. It borders River Run too, so that's a good idea. I'm supposed to give a childhood focus to Prince Mark, who is House Tully's son. I always liked the steward, and he's pretty good at that. Let's teach him thrift. Alright, we have received the High Lordship of Southstone. So what can I do with that now? If I were to theoretically go to Simon, I still can't grant him a title. Alright, let's try to figure this out now. I'm really curious. So let's say I wanted to revoke her title for the Lordship of Stonehenge as well. She shouldn't be able to do too much about that. Now can I give Simon anything? Grant landed title, yes. I'm going to give him the Lordship of River Run. So I can't give him the capital, so I can give him Southstone? Yes. Because I moved the capital from Harrenhal to River Run, I can't give him River Run. But this way I can keep more duchies in the Tully name. So let's do that. Sir Kurth, who is my nephew, is upset that I've done such a thing. Although I think I'd rather give it to my grandson. So I will grant titles to whoever I like, thank you. Oh, now I can call Amara to trial. I'm not sure why that took so long. And we're being raided. So that's always fun too. So let's go ahead and approve the trial. And now we can call up the levies and try to take care of these guys. Amara has demanded a trial, which Lord Orland shall oversee. She is formally accused of murder of Sir Merritt Horaway. The court did not seem impressed. She is very unconvincing. Lord Orland shall interrogate her now. Lord Orland masterfully questioned the accused, using every superlative available. He made a strong case. A verdict has been reached. She has been found guilty. So I could have her head on a pike, or I could tell her to serve the gods, and she would gain a silent sister trait. Or I could have her shamed through the streets naked and back to her cell, or I could be the better person and release her. Well, she seems guilty, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe I won't kill her, but I think having her serve the gods will be a fitting punishment. So she will become a silent sister. Princess Celia has died. Severe stress. A small private funeral will suffice. So that's a shame. We've outlived half of our children now. Princess Catelyn is the oldest, at 42. Unfortunately, that also means that we have open positions on the council. We need a new Master of Coin. Michael seems like he would be a good fit. So that will keep a loyalist on the council as well. We'll have him collect taxes in River Run. Fortunately or unfortunately, our raiders have fled back to the Iron Isles, so I can dismiss my levies. So Lord Garth of Seaguard is the leader of the deposed King Edmyn faction. We will ask him politely to cease and desist. He has declined. Not shocking at all. And Lord Garth has promptly died. So Lord Simon is now the ruler of Seaguard. And so that faction has been dealt with for the moment. So Princess Catelyn has informed me that since the death of her sister, we no longer have a regent, and she would like to be named so. A fine proposal. I will see it done. And also the betrothal between Melissa and Lord Forrest is ready to be consummated. So I see no harm in sending that along. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We knew that this was coming soon. It's been a long time with King Edmyn. This is our 12th episode, and of course, he's the only king that we've known. At the age of 65, he has died a natural death. King Edmyn the Imperious has done wonders for House Tully, taking us from the High Lord of Riverrun, a prestigious position, through being Lord Protector of the Riverlands, and then finally conquering them for himself. I feel like he's also done a lot for the members of our dynasty as well. We have a big, successful family with lots of talents at the moment. And when presented with a succession crisis, I think he's done the right thing for the dynasty and for the Riverlands. And he's handed it over to King Orlin, his nephew. It's a shame that a successful king can't go ahead and pass the kingdom on to his daughter without the threat of sexism. But so is the world that we live in. And so now I think that we're positioned to do great things going forward. So my new heir is my son, Andro. And my uncle deserves to be honored. I can only afford to invite the vassals and the court, and not all the lords and ladies of the realm. But that seems like a pretty big list to me. And so be it. We are now King Orlin of the Trident. We have some pretty good stats. 13 diplomacy and 19 steward. 21,000 troops at the moment as King of the Trident. We already have a male heir. And we've inherited Riverrun as well. We still hold the High Lordship of Rosby. We're only 31 and our wife is 29, so we might still have more kids yet. And of course we have whole new decisions to open up about the council and succession. So lots of personal challenges ahead in the short term for King Orlin and how he's going to organize the Trident. But I look forward to that. I think that's a natural place to end off the episode. It's been a great one. We brought Seaguard back into the kingdom. And we've passed it on to the next generation. And I look forward to seeing what's going to happen from here. So for now, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Crusader Kings II, A Game of Thrones. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. We got more up here, and that's it. We failed the event. Makes it 2-0
For duty!
Get all these archers behind the lines. The good news is that we are profitable. We need to focus on the boat. I've been cuckolded. Minus 100%. Job done.